I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000 plus creators and startups, to creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before, in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it. Welcome to my creator confessions for April. First, I'm going to give a please forgive me, extend the grace, because if you've been tuning in the past, you know that normally I record my reflections from the month prior in the first week of the current month. However, I had a brand new project in Bali with 3 villas. And 2, I had some technical difficulty switching from Anchor to Spotify. So I gave myself the grace to record it a bit later. So with that, if this is your first time tuning in to my creator confessions, every single month on purpose and intentionally, I share in a 30-minute to an hour-ish long segment on the show more behind the scenes of being a creator to CEO, so you know that nothing is overnight. Well, some things do happen overnight, and some things get co-created or manifested faster. I'm a big believer in the power of prayer. I'm a big believer in aligned action. At the same time, a lot of things take way longer than I would like. So anything that you see that appears to be overnight or appears to be easy, please know that it comes with a lot of stuff and time that's happened behind the scenes. And if you're not on my email list, get on my email list, because every month I release a email in a sense of a type of newsletter, and usually that is definitely in the first week on creative creations, which is literally what I'm sharing like this episode from as a voiceover. So from faith to wellness to wealth to marketing to business to travel to community, I share real talk in the best way possible of hashtag behind the scenes of a creator CEO. Like, obviously, I'm not going to give you all the nitty gritty of the month. And I'm also keeping in mind your time and also the best way to summarize it. So, how did you feel about April in 2024 so far? And I aligned with abundance in April in more ways than one. And I felt like so much freedom and elevation was happening. So I started my month in April in Krabi, Thailand, and experienced some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, pinching myself from moments that I once prayed for. And I had less down days with womanly time, AKA hormone regulation. If you know, you know. Perimenopause can be a bitch, meaning just shifting in just different things, and also recognizing how I could have shifted so much more in my life with hormones so much sooner. Like, I feel like as women, we're like exposed to, or at least we were for years, that, oh, you're supposed to feel like crap during your period. You're supposed to feel like this. And it's like, no, like that's your body signaling that something's off. Like, I can tell you now in my 40s, I feel way better and experience no downtime now, finally, compared to what I used to experience, like even when I was 11, when I first got my period, into my 20s, into my 30s. So if you are struggling with that, definitely check out some of my blog posts in my previous episodes where I talk about all the ways you can shift with hormones. I digress. I also traveled to Phuket and I ended the month in Bali. I am currently recording this in Bali as I extended my visa for another month. Again, pinching myself. I'm creating my own eat, pray, love version of Love, Create, Play in Bali. Speaking of, if you are even thinking about Bali, definitely check out all my binge-worthy videos on Bali on my YouTube channel at Limitless Global Girl. And then if you are feeling like you are being called to create, to love, to play in Bali, and if you're craving creating community and cash to create it like a boss, definitely check out my Love, Create, Play retreat in Bali that is in October, that currently has spots remaining as of this recording, as of May 25th. And you can find out all about that in the link in the show notes at bit.ly/create it like a boss, or at fitlifecreation.com/retreats. So I continue to increase alignment all month with purpose, priorities, people, and profits. I completed the book, The Illusion of Money, and I'm listening for the third time currently. I completed over 8,000 minutes of workouts tracked on the Peloton workout app. If you don't know, my word for 2024 is worthy. And so many things are coming up in the opposite of ways that I used to think I was worthless, and to clear and heal that. And my alignment and abundance and action is elevating exponentially in every area of my life. And just things that I'm seeing or recognizing, and things that are new or shifting, and that are inviting me and allowing me to heal those things. So, and also the other thing is, you guys, intentionally with the Creator CEO Confessions that I want to share, if you're ever inspired to do something similar. So I share, and you probably sensed that in my voice a minute ago, I share things at the perfect times and perfect ways, what I believe is perfect for me, because some things I've overcome, like I've lost 55 plus pounds 7 plus years ago. I've now been alcohol free for 9 plus years. So there's a lot of things I share that I've already walked through, but there's also things I'm walking through, especially with the word worthy, that, are pertaining, say, to wealth, are pertaining to love, that I'm not fully sharing yet, because I'm also processing a lot and I'm also healing a lot. So I 100% honor my own journey and what and how I share, because a lot of times I don't want or desire to hear anyone else's opinion on things, unless I choose to share things with people privately. So this is my invitation to you too, as you share, whether it's on a podcast, in a blog, on your social media. Like, I share way more now than I would have ever imagined I would 10 years ago, but I also honor my process in this. So I also encourage you to freely do the same. So at the same time, I reached over $2 million in business to business proposals in April. I increased conversions in meetings. However, I have not yet increased the conversions that I desire to have for my next round of goals. I aligned my business to business to consumer launches, which you can definitely see a lot on my blog post on Launching Like a Boss. I shared over 10 podcast episodes. I radically increased. I just noticed some even amazing metrics increasing on the show. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be sharing even more in the May wrap up. I shared over 25 plus media posts, and I integrated the Creator to Cash into bundles. If you don't yet have my Creator to Cash free toolkit, definitely check that out in the link in the show notes. I finished my Kickstarter project in April, and it is launched and it's running. I pre-scheduled over 10 different emails and different social media posts, podcasts, YouTube videos, and I'm aligning and attracting to get super backers now. So we'll see what happens. I want to pitch with the Bali agent in April for a week of stays in 3 luxury villas: Villa Domi, Villa Senya, and the Native Living Villa, with also content creation, potentially ongoing creator CMO project, and potentially hosting my Bali retreat in one of their villas, and co-launching my Bali Love, Create, Play retreat for October with them. And I'll be sharing even more on how beautifully that aligned with Mia, with Dola, with just their entire team, with Nadia, like so beautifully. Angel, oh my God, their team is amazing. In completing my Vision 2024, I identified 3 top priorities for 2024, including business to business with one-on-one clients, with creator to CEO, CMO, and CFO work, retreats and co-living, and creator CEO online experiences, as well as travel to 12 countries, as well as scaling 10x. And 2 out of 3 of those are already in alignment. And I see where the third goal is like on the brink, and my alignment, my energy, my abundance takes, even with external evidence not being there yet, how I feel about it and how I'm acting aligned is blowing my own brain. In April, I also created my free Creator CEO community circle and added Creator CEO opportunities weekly to monthly. So you can definitely see that and sign up for that for free in the link in the show notes. And to increase focus and save time, I'm scaling the top 3 priorities, and I have that on my radar to scale again with my VA, one of my VAs tomorrow. I'm clear on launches more than ever. I completed over 25 emails, including the Kickstarter, over 5 blogs, including the top 10 things to do with Thailand, which is also on the show, creator to CEO, 5+ videos with Thailand and Bali, and then staying in Krabi, in Phuket, in Thailand, in Canggu, and in Ubud, Bali in April. I deciding to extend my time in Bali. And also part of that was and is increasing being grounded, increasing in abundance, and also increasing and completing my content in the country that I'm in. So the first like 3 weeks to the month in Bali, I was still clearing like prior content with Thailand, with completing like the top 10 things to do on the show, all these different things, videos. And now, and this is more confirmation, finishing up my first month ish in Bali, I'm flowing and clearing already the content from the first 3 weeks of being in Bali. So I can see how even more that's serving my soul so much better, and in the practicality of it. Speaking of my soul, so spiritually, I stayed consistent in spiritual growth with prayers and listening to prayers in my own voice. I am now on day 3 of the Epic Fab Girl 21-day fast. I completed the wide receiver workshops with Kate Northrope. I did breath work and EFT 15+ times in April. I shared earlier how I reached over 8,000 minutes of workouts on Peloton. I stayed consistent with workouts across Thailand, Airbnbs, across gyms, across body weight and bands, and walks on the beach. And I'll share more with gyms coming up in Bali. I maintained daily aligned action with food, with Herbalife, and healthy active lifestyle. Speaking of, I can't wait. Well, part of me can't wait to go see family in Austria as well. And because I get to have Herbalife delivered, because I had some challenges with that in Asia, which I didn't anticipate. And I definitely tried to connect with corporate and emailed over 3 times. However, unfortunately, was not able to get that traction. So I've been using within this month different protein. Financially, I stayed calm and clear in April, even with changes in cash flow, and continued to elevate my alignment and abundance. And at the same time, acknowledging and having gratitude that in 2024, my cash flow is still 1,100% over this time in comparison to last year. I dive deep into Under Earners and Debtors Anonymous. I completed step 6 of 12 in April. I completed my financial budget for the month with money dates 2 to 3 times a week. I delayed my taxes. I don't owe anything, but I simply delayed the filing with the travels I had in April. And that's on track for me to complete this week. I increased inner work with finances with prayer, EFT, and breath work. My digital marketing increased with over 30 to 40% open rates. We hit over 29,000 downloads on the podcast, over 30 Instagram reels, over 25 shorts. I repurposed like crazy with tools like Opus Clip and repurpose.io, which you can definitely check out in the link in the show notes with the 75 plus tips, tools, and tech. And that's not all. Mentally, so my 7 steps to success include spiritually, physically, financially, playfully, mentally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, relationally, and playfully. So relationally, some of you are going to crack up, okay? I have never, ever, ever been on a dating app before, okay? Ever. And part of my soul in the healing, in all the things, was calling me in a sense. And then several things were also happening practically to get on a dating app for the first time with Tinder Passport. It's definitely been interesting. I've gone on 3 dates so far as like in actual real life. And the first off topic, but on, and the first like 2 to 3 hours that I was on the app, you guys, just in Bali, there was over 100 guys that liked me. And I was like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. And I'm so grateful to Glow at Glow Graphics because she has an incredible book. Love it for a swipe. Hashtag not sponsored. I hope to interview her and Stefan at some point on the show. I emailed her actually a couple weeks ago and I finished the book and I took the guidance that what she recommends for the profile, for the upgrades to the subscription, how to filter through people. And I'm so, so grateful because I feel like without it, like it was a bit like, whoa. And then also it's really interesting because it brought up different things for me to recognize where, okay, I'm valuing myself here, here, and here, but where am I decreasing my value or what's coming up for me here on a desire level, on an emotional level, and how to ground myself and how to honor my process and how to be honest and how to be unapologetic and how to also forgive myself. So I feel like it's just a whole new world. I'm gonna do, I think, a whole another episode, and while still honoring like the men and not saying their names, more like Bachelor A, Bachelor B, etc., and honoring myself, and still keeping it private, but also sharing because I understand like many women have not been on dating apps, or many women don't know how to navigate it, and I feel like Glow massively helped, and I feel like also sharing my perspective as being on a dating app ever for the first time in my like 40s. And I'm a big believer of age is nothing but a number, but it's also interesting. So yeah, so that's also relationally. I've also met some new friends and different people in Bali from just being friendly and going on different adventures, etc. So off topic, but on because that started in April. And then mentally to playfully, I fed my soul with prayer, journaling, EFT, hypnosis, breath work, gym time, and a spa day. I went to a shadow work workshop at Finn's Rec Center, which was a whole also interesting ball game, especially because it was all about parents and their kids. And I was the only one there that's never been married, never had kids, but has the mindset of I want to heal as much as possible before I get married, before I have kids, if that is something myself and my husband partner decide to do. I may adopt, so that's also, anyway. This included a Ubud day trip with must-see waterfalls. You can see amazing binge-worthy videos about Bali on my YouTube channel at Limitless Global Girl. I actively engaged in brands meet creators and completed courses. I launched my TikTok shop and started sharing affiliate videos. I've seen some incredible results with creators make tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars on TikTok shop in that community. I immersed myself in learning with communities including Transformation Church, Epic Fab Girl, EFT with Cassandra Bodzak, Marie Forleo with B School, Breathwork with Samantha Kelly, Cash Flow with Jamie C for the second time, Social Curator with Jasmine Starr, and Brands Meets Creators. I increased my alignment and clarity to be and become with ease, flow, and grace. And I also joined in April the Your Travel Influencer bag with Gabby at Pax Light. And then I elevated my energy with alignment, feeling and receiving in April in so many ways, and starting to see just a viewpoint of even more abundance as well. And then you heard me talk about how, like, physically I was in Thailand with Krabi and Phuket, and then in Bali with Canggu and Ubud already. And this life of freedom in time, expression, location, and community is something I once prayed for. And while things are far from perfect, I'm not yet financially free. That I'm definitely seeing things that are coming undone with the worthiness and co-creating and creating, my own things for the last 7+ years that I feel like have also been healed massively and continue to be healed. So with that, if you're looking to create with community and cash, definitely check out my Creator to Cash free toolkit and the workbook and the course, the retreats I mentioned with the Bali Love Create Play, and then my binge-worthy series on the YouTube channel of 75+ tips, tools, and tech. So leave a review on the show so I can shout you out. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel, so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.